Yes, sir.
Did you make any concessions for long-term durability, like for instance using LEDs instead of maybe a regular incandescent light bulb?
Absolutely.
Can people hear the questions, or? All right, maybe we should get, is there another microphone that we can pass to the audience back there?
I asked if
Oh, just repeat the question. He said, were there any concessions you had to make for long-term durability on the car?
Yeah, we replaced all the incandescents with LEDs and designed the electronic kit for the inside to last for years, hopefully, decades maybe.
No? Yeah, and let me just go, yes, you have a question?
What part do you think was the hardest?
On the restoration? The question was, what part was the hardest on the restoration, Joe?
There's different kinds of hard, but the flux bands were, I think, the biggest nightmare for everybody. And Sean,
Yeah.
Scott, sorry. Yeah. You're over it now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
All right. And yes, sir, what's your question?
any plans to restore the Universal Florida car?
He asked if there were any plans to restore the Universal Florida car, which was a Part 3 car.
I get asked that all the time, and while I may have plans to do that, we have to wait for Universal to have plans to do that.
If somebody wants to make a movie about it, somebody else is going to have to do that. I'm done. Yes, sir. Yep.
I've been following everything on Facebook and all that. One thing that was, I know it was kind of hard for you guys to find were the front tires, the Eagle GTs. Who donated?
The question was, who donated the Eagle GT front tires because they're rare?
The answer is no one donated them. We found them and bought them. It was really, really hard. I mean, you guys know. I mean, everybody asks about the tires because they haven't made them in forever. You know, but I think Terry found them. Terry found them.
There you go, the tire man. Yes, sir, you have a question.
It could be made to drive, but Universal asked us, you know, not to do that. It goes in a museum, you know, so there are like regulations, and especially at the theme park, which I think are actually, sorry?
Is the engine?
Yeah, it has an engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. It's just, you know, it could run,
Yeah.
but it does not run
Yeah. It's got all the parts inside.
currently.
Yes, sir, you?
Hi, I was wondering, which team member did you almost kill the most often, and was he the most innocent?
Yeah, which?
Yes, it was you. And yes, you're the most handsome.
Yeah. Well, yes, sir.
I just had a question. I know the documentary says it's the original screen-used flux capacitor, but I could have sworn I read somewhere that's from the Part 3. The question is it actually the actual Part 1?
The question he asked was, he had heard that the flux capacitor was from one of the other cars, but in the film we say it was the original flux capacitor. Am I a liar for putting that in the film, Joe?
It is the original Hero flux capacitor from the A car. I don't know what you read.
All right. Is there anybody else? Yes, sir.
Did you guys save the schematics and the drawings and the measurements you made for the next restoration team in 30 years?
Did you save all your work so when you have to restore it in 30 years, or you can reference all this stuff? Although I don't think you're going to need to restore it.
Yeah, we saved everything that we could save. Everything, you know, I mean, I have notes and schematics, and it would have been nice to have those things going into the project, but I have them now.
And, oh, there you go. Oh, thank you, Sam. Yes, sir. You can actually speak in the microphone.
Excellent. The original Delroean, the A car, was that purchased new, or was that a used vehicle that Universal purchased, and do you know who actually owned it?
I don't know who owned it. It was just a private owner, but it was used, actually. All three of them were used.
If you have a question, Sam there has the microphone. Is there anybody else? Sam, I don't see any. Oh, there's a hand up way in the back.
Hi, where's the alarm clock on the dash?
Sorry, what?
Where's
alarm clock
where's
on the
the alarm
dash?
clock on the dash?
That scene hasn't happened yet. We restored it to, you know, the moment that it backs out of Doc Brown's truck. So he hadn't put it there yet.
Has Michael J. Fox seen it?
Oh, somebody.
I don't know.
Has Michael J. Fox seen the car?
He has seen it. I don't know if he's seen it in person. I mean, originally,
Well,
he
the
did.
Has he
store.
seen it?
I mean, there was.
A lot.
I think what she meant to say was, has he seen it since you have restored it?
I know. Same answer.
Let's see. Actually, we have one right up here, Sam.
Thank you again for making the film. You said in the film it was assembled, disassembled, and you
Oh,
took
yeah.
it apart multiple times?
Well, the thing
Why?
is, you know, as much as Rob wished that that happened once, it's just not possible, you know, to time all of the restored bits to just be assembled at once, you know. So we would restore a part and install it, and then, you know, another part would need to go on top of it or whatever, you know. It's just the way it was.
Was there anybody from the team that wanted to add a comment to that about how it really was? No. But yeah, it was a lot of on and off throughout the whole project. Other questions? Oh, yeah, Sam sees somebody, yep.
Will the car be here permanently? Will it go back to Universal?
It is on permanent loan from Universal to the Petersen, so it will be here for forever. I hope.
Yeah. And, there another question, yes, sir?
Yes, how long did it take to build the car originally for the film compared to how long it took to restore?
This is for Michael Chaffee.
Yeah, Michael Chaffee was there.
This is 30 years ago, guys. I came onto the project, it was already running, right? Not only concept art, but Kevin's shop had started work. They got a lot of headway on it, and they had a real talented guy named Mike Fink finding parts, and I took over for Mike. And I'm not really sure how long it had been running before I got there. So it's a total of months. Yeah.
And somebody else has the microphone. Yes, sir.
With a month to go in the movie, the other members of the team talking about coming in and seeing that the car's been stripped down again. What happened that required you to strip it down again, or was it just a bunch of little things?
Well, that happened only once in the movie. But that happened a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was, again, for same reasons. It would have been really amazing if we could have just put it all together and that was it, but it's just not how things work.
Yeah, it was
on this.
Yeah.
For us.
There's not just one simple answer. It was just a lot of on and off, and they'd have to get to a part down below and take the rear deck off and take everything out to fix something in there, and it was a constant progress. And yeah, they were, like when we say it was a month ago, and like when Terry said about how he showed up and there was a month and the car was stopped, that's real. That wasn't movie making. That happened, and as every guy here on the restoration team can attest, they were all freaking out a little bit, except Joe.
Yeah, it was a huge learning curve too. So it's not like, you know, we knew everything going in.
Because every time they put something on, they put it on better, and it looked better than it was before.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hi, just like you guys signed the inside of the door when you guys were restoring it, did you guys find anything on the original props that you received from the car and stuff that maybe one of the prop makers left their mark, or maybe the cast members left their mark on, that were hidden from the camera?
We found a lot of you know, I mean, there were no notes or anything, but we did find information. You know, a lot of the parts had been labeled, you know, 1 of A, 2 of A, 3 of A, and which was one of the ways we, you know, were able to show Universal that it was actually the A car.
But, like, I don't think you went there and scribbled your name on anything. No. And I thought there was, yes, sir. If you just shout out, I'll hear you.
Sure. During the restoration, did you guys actually create the possibility for steam to come out of the actual vents possible?
The question was, can the car be made to have steam come out of the vents?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's CO2 and it's ready to go. Can't do it in here though.
All right. Did we miss anybody? There is somebody back there? Sorry, I literally cannot see all the way back there. Who has a question? Oh. Eddie Dennis, you were way back there. I didn't announce you with everybody else. I'm sorry. Eddie Dennis is also a member of the rest. His wife is the one who hated the restoration, along with most of them. What's your question, ma'am?
Why did Universal decide not to keep it forever after the restoration?
Sorry, I missed your question.
Why did Universal decide not to keep it?
Oh, why did Universal decide not to keep it?
It was, I think, a real estate decision for them. They had a museum, the Universal Experience, and they needed that real estate for something else. And they didn't really have anywhere else to put it. I know it seems like they have a lot of space over there, but not the right kind of space.
Yeah, I mean, John Murdy, who's in the film, he was the liaison with Universal, and after the building came down, the little museum it was in storage, and it was perfectly safe, and Universal wanted to keep it protected forever, but they knew that in storage, nobody would be able to see it. And that's when John and you and the Petersen all began to coordinate to bring it here so that fans could enjoy it in a public space. Universal, it's still their car, but they have permanently loaned it to the Petersen because they knew it would be displayed and well taken care of. And as you saw in that featurette, they have a lot of expensive cars here, so it's in very good company. Yes, sir.
How many hours of footage did you shoot, and could you talk about the process when you first started of distilling all of the raw footage down and trying to figure out how to make it into an hour documentary?
You must be a filmmaker, sir. That's a very He said, yeah, like how many hours? I shot the restoration was an entire year, 12 months, and I was there almost 3 times a week shooting footage. I have about 120 restoration hours of footage of Joe banging on stuff, of other guys banging on stuff, of guys swearing about Joe. I have plenty of footage. And then I have another 40 hours of interviews. And to turn that into a film was the 2-year process. So I shot the restoration for a year, I shot interviewers for a year, 2 years to distill it down to this documentary, and I did most of it by myself in my kitchen on my edit bay. So it was a long process. Thank you for asking, sir. I appreciate that. Yes, ma'am. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. What about the other cars? The cars from 2015 and the police cars and the motorbikes from 2015 and the time train at the end of part 3. Does anyone know if they still exist, and are there any plans to bring those back to life?
Someone knows where all of those things are. I mean, we know where some of them are. Oh no. You know, I mean, this took a lot out of the team, and
Okay, we'll just take the mic.
I don't think any of us could do this again. I really don't.
No.
You guys want to restore everything from Back to the Future? Yeah. They would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it too.
Okay, one quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks. Do you have any idea of the value of it as restored?
Of the time machine?
Yes.
I think I am obligated not to answer that question, but it's a lot.
Any Back to the Future fan will tell you it's priceless. And I think we have one more question, Sam. Who? Oh, was there one more question before we retire to more fun things? Yes, ma'am.
How many man hours in total have you added all of your hours?
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
question was how many hours total did we put into this project? Guys? Years.
we didn't keep track, you know, because there was a lot of volunteer hours, and you know, so nobody was logging or punishing. All right, there was some punishing, but it wasn't for not showing up, because they all showed up. They weren't really punished then.
Sorry, see, one more question, last question.
If you could have the DeLorean be any color, what would you pick it? Other than the original color.
Other than the original color. Clear.
Yeah, Wonder Woman style. I just want to say a special thank you. I have a lot of Kickstarter backers who are here in the audience who supported the film over a year ago. To all of you very steadfast, patient people, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. I appreciate it.